The Bahamas Alpha's Educational and Leadership Foundation, along with Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, Edisi Omega Chapter, in conjunction with the Counselors Limited, presents Black History Month, sponsored by Ashley Furniture and Quality Home Center.
In honor of Black History Month, we've got the Alpha's Educational and Leadership Foundation, Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, and the Bahamas at Sunrise team have partnered together to put on 7 episodes to promote Local Honors Day. And with me now is Mr. Wayne T.B. Curtis II. He's the 2024-2025 HBCU White House Scholar at Wiley University. Good morning and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Wow. I mean, we've just had a spelling bee champion. We now have you in the house. I mean, I'm just feeling all this, like, positive academic energy. So it's so good to have you on. I mean, tell us a little bit about, I know that you won the, I think it was the honors convocation with the Alphas had, right? And then you got a scholarship to be where you are. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am. So for that honors convocation, they got about a little over 70 of the top men, top high school men in the country. They brought them together. It was a process of about a few weeks, brought them together in Nassau. And they had the honors convocation at UB. And they were giving out scholarships. And originally I had applied for the scholarship to Middle Tennessee State University. I had wanted to go there because both of my sisters went there, then they went on scholarships as well. So I was familiar with the campus, already had contacts there at Middle Tennessee State University. But then I didn't get that scholarship. So the scholarship for Wiley University was announced last. And I heard Mr. Cargill get up and he was saying that this was one of the most difficult scholarships to get, and it's probably one of the difficult scholarships to keep because you have to have a GPA of 3.5 and keep a GPA of 3.5 while you're in college in order for you to keep the scholarship. So the president of the university was there, our 17th president and CEO, Herman J. Felton. He was there, and they called my name and another guy's name for this scholarship at Wiley University.
Wow. I mean, that's just amazing. I mean, so would you find that would you say that you were just a smart kid all your life, or like, did you really have to work up to, where you are today?
Well, both.
Okay.
Because my parents, they did push me a lot to get me where I am today. But a lot of I owe a lot to my parents and to my family and friends as well, because they really helped to push me along as I matriculated through my academic journey.
Yeah, I mean, parents are so important, and that push is so important as well. I mean, you hear more and more, like, from kids that are doing well, once they have that parental support, they just have the opportunity to thrive, right? So I want you to tell me a little bit about where you grew up.
So I grew up in Exuma, specifically Morristown, a small community. The airport for the Exuma is right down the street. So as planes take off and land, I could hear them, I could see them. And I've always been fascinated with airlines, with flying. At one point, I wanted to be a pilot.
Okay.
So grew up, I went to Mount Thompson Primary School for grades 1 through 3, and then went to Morristown Primary School for grades 4 through 6. And then Ellen Coakley High School, which is the only government school on the island for high school for 7 to 12.
Wow, that's amazing. And then, I also heard that I think there was some nomination that you had, right? So once you got into the university that you're at, there was some nomination, and you ended up being like a White House rep, or tell us a little bit about that. There was something with the White House, and I want you to tell us the details. I don't want to give too much information.
So at the end of my freshman year, I got a call. I had actually had to leave campus early because my sister, she was graduating from Middle Tennessee State University with her master's degree. So I got a call and they were like, hey, is it possible for you to meet with us in the student union building right quick? And I told them that I'm off campus currently and whatnot. Okay, and they were like, okay, so we'll send you an email. So they sent me an email shortly afterward. And I could remember it. I was in Ross, and I'm reading the
Shopping.
email. Shopping, yep. I was
I
in
love
Ross
it. I love
shopping,
it.
and I read the email, and I was kind of confused because I didn't know what it was about. It was saying something about the White House and all of this different stuff, like scholar stuff, and I'm like, how can this possibly be for me?
Right.
Because I've only been here for a year.
Right.
But as time went on, went back home to Exuma, read the email again, filled up the application, and before I left Exuma for the summer to come back to school, I saw that I was accepted into the program. I was one of 110 students out of over 300 applicants across the U.S.
Wow.
That was to participate in this program, and so there were a few meetings that we had virtually on Zoom, and then in September of last year, we had uh, during HBCU week that was held in Philadelphia. That's when all the scholars came together, and we had participated in a HBCU hackathon with NASA and JP Morgan Chase. So we had to present a pitch basically on a problem that we see in our HBCU schools.
Wow.
So, yes, ma'am. So the winner of that, they received about, I think it was $1,000. So the winner of that competition, my group unfortunately didn't win. But the winner of that, they did a amazing presentation, amazing pitch. Um,
That's
uh,
amazing. And you got to meet Joe Biden.
yes, President Biden was there.
Wow, that
They
is
told us
so
like,
cool.
so they weren't expecting him to come, and then like it was like a day and a half before they were like, yeah, so we need you all to fill out this form and whatnot,
Right.
because President Biden is coming, and we just look around and we're like,
What? I could only imagine the excitement. Listen, I mean, we are just about out of time. I feel like we could have you on for like an hour or two, but we are just so proud of you. I mean, it's always great to see our Bahamian students out there, and you're 18 years old. Tell us really quickly, what are you studying?
computer information systems.
Wow. So the future looks bright here in that area for the Bahamas. We're so proud of you. Continue to do well. Super excited for you. All the best as you continue on your academic journey. Ladies and
you.
gentlemen, you've been watching Bahamas at Sunrise. We'll be right back.